Hi everyone, today I have another video with this fan. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm still having the video on my channel where I said powering three-phase fan with these transformers from here, but the thing is that this is a single phase asynchronous motor for air conditioner, which means this thing probably have an auxiliary coil that needs double the voltage to operate, which this capacitor from here is responsible for. Sorry for my English, for it will be kind of bad probably. So basically, here I'm having one input to the coil from the fan. Here is the other one, and this one should be the auxiliary coil. So here these two are connected together, and through this capacitor the voltage doubles here for this coil. For it, they have different impedances. This from black and from red have the same impedances, but this from blue don't have the same impedance. It is designed to be powered with 220, 204 volts, but today I'm doing something very strange. Actually, I don't need this thing now. First of all, I want to fully explain this setup to don't create again confusions. Here I have a transformer that will powers on these three transformers from here, right? This is the output from this transformer, and here I have the inputs for these transformers, right? These are just inputs. As you can see here, these ones aren't wired for none of them, and I wired between these two, and this is common for all as ground, and these two should be phases, but I don't work now with phasing ground. So yeah, here down, here I have these two wired in series, and in the middle point of them I connected this wire which goes here and connects also this transformer here, and this should be connected to ground. So I will use this thing as a ground, right? And here I should have a phase, here on the other one another phase, and here down another phase. But I will obtain these three phases just when I will connect this thing to ground. So yeah, they are not really two phases. There will be a 180 degrees phase from these transformers. Actually, this thing will double the voltage, and this one is another one which copies one phase from these things and just creates another 180 degrees phase from one of these two transformers, and for the one which should have the same phase will be around 0 point. So I'm not having three phase here. I'm kinda using American system here, but with 50 Hz, not 60 Hz. So I want to try to power this thing on, but I will at some point I will just use these two transformers. For I don't think I really need these three transformers. For here I will connect one output from a transformer. Here I should be connecting this output, and on this blue one I should be connecting this one, to be more precise. So I'm not sure if I will need this, but I will try to do some experiments with it. Now I want to measure the voltage that I'm getting here to show you how much volts did I will get. I will set this thing on AC. I will plug it here, and now I will plug the transformer on, right? So here I'm having 255 volts, and that's for I not connected full coil. I connected just through these two inputs. For if I will connect it from here to here, I'll have around 230 volts, but I want to have some more voltage for the voltage will drop in load. So yeah, I don't really mind stressing these things too much, for I don't think they will heat up too much for from this fan. So here I should be having more voltage, so let's see. Okay, if I'm not touching it, the voltage will decrease. So yeah, here I am having 500 volts, right? And here I will have around 0 or again 500 volts. Yeah, so these two transformers are 180 degrees, and this one as well. So this one is a copy for this one. Now I really want to measure the actual voltage drop that occurs when I'm using this fan in this way, but I can't really do this, I guess. For actually, I want to show you more things, but I don't have enough space to work here. But I will try. I will try to do something to lift my tripod up and to see if I can show to you something. Here I just want to show to you the fan spinning. This is the only thing I want to show to you from here, for it's the only important thing. Here you should see the voltage. I'm not sure. Let's put it somewhere where I can, yeah, here. Here I can see on the camera the voltage to make sure you will see what I want to see. So now I will try to connect it to the ground point. Remember, I had firstly 250 volts and now I'm having 230 volts. So this should be normal operating for this fan. But now I want to put it with that 500 volts. And as you can see, I'm getting around 400 volts, 100 volts voltage drop, and that's for I don't have much power from these transformers. And if I will keep it working like this, the motor will heat up and the capacitor will probably blow up, and I don't want that for now. Now I will disconnect these cables from the capacitor. And by the way, this thing should be wired to ground, this metal frame for it. But yeah, I'm not using facing ground now, so I think it's not very relevant for me. This is kind of hard to take from here. Oh my gosh. For I don't want to unplug everything from the capacitor, and this is the only way I can do this thing. Okay, now I obtained the cables from the fan. Here I'm having the cables from the fan, and as you can see there are three cables, but probably this is an auxiliary coil, as I said before. Now to test this thing, I should be wiring this to that selected ground point, and I will need this cable actually, for it will make my life easier. Okay, now I will use this cable to connect these coils, as I said, and I really want to show you the entire setup that I'm using here, but okay, now you can see. Let's bring my multimeter here. Okay, you can see until I will kick down the camera. Now I will connect the cables from the fan to this one, where it's more easier for me to do this. I will use blue for this blue one, and after that I will use the brown for red one. for why not. Yeah, these connectors don't want to stay here in the place where I'm putting them, so this thing will probably annoy me. Okay, and now, if I'm right, I should connect this brown one on the set it ground point. And now let's plug this thing in. I can feel it buzzing. And if I'm touching this, it should be start spinning. Oh my gosh, it almost entered in short. Yeah, it is working, but more hard. And the voltage drop is more impressive. And now it works just between one phase and that ground. But I'm curious to see how much voltage did I'm getting here. 200 volts. So this thing is not that bad. This coil, which should be auxiliary, consumes a lot more power. Now I'm giving to it more power from both transformers. Now the arching is smaller, for this fan is already spinning. And with this coil connected, it just have more speed. But let's connect it here. And now it stops. Almost. But what if I will connect these things upwards? Oh my gosh, this thing is arching hardly. Let's see. Okay, now it works without that auxiliary coil and works on 400 volts around. Let's see the voltage. Yeah. And what if I will connect this thing here? Yeah, this is a break for it now. So if I want to use it with higher voltage, I need to... Oh, but this thing is spinning upwards. All the wind that's getting from it, it's now pushing down, not up. So maybe I need to redo the connections. For this one should be probably wired upwards or something. So I will try to put this thing on the ground point. Actually, not a real ground, but you understand, I think, what I'm trying to say. Now this thing will be my ground, actually, and I will work just on phases. And probably this is what I should be doing from the start of this thing. Now I'm realizing that. Now I should connect this brown one here, and it's just buzzing, and this one here. No, this is making things worse. Just I just put down in them in short. Now it is spinning right. Oh, wrong connector. Right. This is my wrong again, I guess. Okay, so I guess the best way to make it spin is how I wired it firstly. But now it's spinning right. It's not spinning backwards. The air is push it up, not down. But the rotation is too small for it. And I'm having the right voltage here. Here with blue one and see with that brown one. Again, I'm having the right voltage. Okay, this is around 400 volts here. Yeah. Interesting. So now I'm really confused how I should wire this thing. Let me recalculate all the things. This one will be connected to the line, and that one from capacitor, the same thing. The red one goes on this brown and it's connected directly to grid, and this one is doubled the voltage. I'm using this thing as a ground and this thing as a phase. So if I'm connecting it, I should connect it on this transformer. Probably I should connect it to this transformer. For here I'm having the normal phase, right? And these two ones are 180 degrees. So I will use this thing with this transformer. Oh, I'm wrong. I connected it wrong from at first. Oh my gosh. Sorry for bothering you. I'm just doing this for fun, I guess. For it's not a real experiment. For the it's just a single phase fan, and I can't do really much things on it. But I just want to see if I can power it without any capacitor and to spin in a normal way, not backwards. So now I'm guessing it should be connected right. But no, it is just buzzing and no spin. But let's see if I'm connecting this thing here. It is starting, but with a high buzzing and a power draw from my transformers here from the main one around 10 amps. And again, no, it is working backwards. Why this is happening? Why it spins backwards? Let's see if I'm wiring again in opposite way. Here where the line should be. But I don't really think this fan is meant to know which is ground, which is line. So here I should have this thing wired for it is here, that 230 volts, and now it's even worse. Not spinning in no way. And now with a small impulse to it, it will spin backwards, but let's see if I can make it spin right. Yeah, it works. So maybe the capacitor is setting the spinning rotation? Actually, yeah, probably. And now it consumes double the power. Just for nothing. I think the best way to do this is to measure the actual voltage from the capacitor to see how this thing is really working. So maybe I should connect this brown wire here on this thing, but I don't have any other option if I'm doing this to measure it, so I will connect it here. Actually, not only to measure it, to also connect it. So I'll use it here as it should be wired. I'll put these things down, and I forgot to connect one thing, and that's it. This connector from here, but not a big problem, for I will connect it in this way. Okay, and now I should have enough power here to turn this thing on, but I want to use the ground point, but I don't think it really helps me now, or maybe it helps. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm really not sure. I will use this one, for I can measure the values more easy from this point. And as the other one, I will use this, which should be ground, to have a point where it should be starting. Now let's set it to volts. And why is no spinning and no buzzing? Why I done wrong? I connected the capacitor in short. I refuse to believe this thing. Probably yes. Or maybe the capacitor should be having all these things plugged in, right? So I will do the connections back, just to make sure they are working correct before I will turn this thing on. I destroyed the fan. I refuse to believe that I destroyed the fan. or maybe the transformer. Let's see if on this one it will spin. No, it's not the transformer. How is it possible for me to destroy the fan? Or maybe I don't connected it right. I hope you are having fun while this thing is happening for me. Or maybe this thing should be connected in another way, or I don't know. When I'll stop working, these connections seems to me pretty good. Oh my gosh, there is a real chance that I burned the motor from the fan for it is really hot. Even this part from here is hot. So probably I burned this thing. Now I can do one more thing, I guess, to verify. Disconnect all these things and measure the impedance that I'm getting here. If these things don't have impedance, that will means I destroyed the motor from this fan. Let's see. This one have an impedance, and this one is also having an impedance. I broke a connection through these two ones. No, I don't think I broke any connections. So why now it's not working anymore? I'm guessing that I'm having voltage here. If I'm plugging this thing right, as it should be. The only thing that can happen, I guess, is to heat up one transformer to... No, I having voltage. So, what happened? Actually, there is a chance this thing have an overheat protection on the motor. For the most fans, there is a protection for overheating, and I maybe tripped that one. But it's that hot, even this metal frame is warm. So I think I just tripped its protection somehow. Let's see now if it is working. For I just measured it, and it now should be working. Yeah, I'm guessing that it have that protection that I said. Now, don't touch these things. Okay, thank you for understanding. Now, I should be using this connector from here to measure all the things as a ground point. Here I'm having the voltage, the operating voltage. Here I'm having less voltage. This is not doubling the voltage. Yeah, probably this thing was my wrong on the entire video. Probably this was the problem, the real problem. Let's see if I'm wiring the capacitor backwards. It will run and it will push the air down. Let's see if I'm connecting the input here on this blue one. Yeah. So what is this capacitor doing? Ouch. What is this capacitor doing more precisely? For I'm not knowing what this thing is doing right now. For this thing confused me too much. For now, I'm knowing this is not the best thing that I can do, but how it worked at a point, and after that it stopped working. And what if I will bring another capacitor to use it? So let's see. This one is designed for 450 volts. Yeah, kind of strange, I guess. And I don't have 2.5. Okay, I'm going to search for another capacitor just to see what's. I touched the camera wrong and the recording stops. So I found this TechApp 10 microfarads capacitor. So I want to see if I can do something with it. Yeah, I will do this thing firstly. For I will try again to wire the fan without the capacitor to see if I can do something with it. But it probably should be not heated up from now. For it, if it will heat up too much, I will can't really do something with it. Now this have more power to say that. So I want to see what's happening. It is working. And this thing don't seems to me to get hotter. But let's see if I'm disconnecting this one. It is working just with this thing from here. What is this capacitor doing to my fan? Let's see if this one. It is still working. But if I'm connecting, and by the way, discharge this thing. Right, I think now it's full discharged. But if I'm connecting this thing here, it just don't works. Or maybe it works, but more slowly. And the air is pushed up. And if I'm connecting these two ones like this, it just arcs. But with a capacitor, this thing just works. So maybe the capacitor is the entire thing why it is working. So let's double the voltage. I don't keep the voltage doubled. For I can break my capacitor. For it's the last one that I having like this. For I blew another one on the video. One blew up by itself for breaking this plastic. This plastic cover just break on it and I throw it up away, for I don't need the unisolated capacitors. So what is this thing doing? From what I know, this thing was wired directly on neutral and phase. For it was from some neon light bulbs, some fluorescent tubes. But if I'm wiring this thing here, it will enter in short. How this is possible? How this is working? How this is happening? Now I want to try again to wire this thing without capacitor, just the transformers. And probably the best way to use it is with these three transformers. So don't give a voltage drop just on single transformer, to get higher voltage on all of them, to have more speed on the fan. For one time I connected it good enough to spin, and to spin well, but backwards, not how it should be spinning. So now I want to try to do it again. Okay, right. It is spinning, but very hard, and my cable ripped a bit. Let's try in this configuration. It is starting to spin. Backwards again. And the sound is more powerful, which means the motor is more stressed. So this is not the way. Probably if I will connect these things here, it will work without any problems, right? This is a break. It is working good enough, but not on a full coils from it. And with a voltage around, let's see, 400 volts. So technically it works, but not as I want. Let's see what happens if I connect this thing here. This thing is break again. So probably not the best idea to touch this high voltage without being good isolated from it, but why not? And now it is connected to the right voltage, to the right 220 volts. But it don't seems to me like it's really want to spin. Okay, it's working. Again backwards. But what if I will connect that blue one as a ground? I just want to try to make it spin normally without the capacitor. That's the entire point of this video. Actually, if you don't know it yet. Now I'll use this thing as a normal cable to use it, and now I'll use this thing as that ground, but it will not be connected directly to ground, it will be connected to one phase as I connected it now, and I will try to get some voltage for it to work somehow. Let's see this thing now. It is just buzzing. It is spinning right. But with lower duration. Let's try if it is spinning in this way. Okay, enough with this low voltage. Let's try 400. It is searching in my Wago clean. It's not doing much. Oh my gosh, if it will work in this way. I found the configuration. Finally. Finally I found the configuration. Okay. So basically, now stop spinning. This thing is not doing anything. Just if I'm pushing it in a way, it will keep spinning. Let's see if this way is the same thing. Yeah. And this is happening between these 2 points. This red and blue one. Let's see. Okay, I will probably destroy this Wago clean. Yeah, I can smell it. I destroyed another Wago clean. If I'm wearing this thing here and this thing here, the fan will buzz harder actually. Okay, if I'm wiring it backwards, it will spin backwards. Yeah, but what with lower duration? So, I'm not understanding very much from this thing. One, I don't need 3 transformers. That's right, I'm not needing these 3 transformers. For if I'm wiring this fan to these 3 transformers, it will don't work. And 2 is that probably this is the best configuration that it can run without the capacitor. Just to short this thing here and to power this thing here. Not again in this way. It is not knowing in which part it should be spinning. And why? So this is what it needs to spin. And this thing is again the brake. And now it runs by black and blue one. And it spins in the right way. I'm curious to see if this thing is heating up. No, it don't seem to be heating up. And my Wago claim it's again destroyed. So I can't really touch it. Again, I destroyed another one. So it is making sparks here if I'm not even touching. Okay, I guessing that I need to open a window now. Let's arch it, for why not? We say that these things don't catch fire? now the smell here in my house is horrible. And now it's transformed in a stress test for a Wago clean. And since this thing is still smoking, I'm not sure if it is working connected to the... oh my gosh. The real metal part. I think my fan is working with the carbon part. But now let's touch this thing a bit. Yeah, with more power it heats up too much. As you can see here, my Wago clean is completely fucked up. And now my cable is soldered in it. And I can do nothing about it. And it just heat up. A little bit too much, if you're questioning me. So, what's the most logical way I can do now? Of course, shorting it. Let's see if I'm shorting this thing here. No, it don't help me too much. So I need something to work, but I don't have any cable now. So I'm guessing this Wago thing actually won. Oh no, this can't be true. Where should I finding another keyboard? Right, I'm guessing I will use an internet cable. Or I can't leave this to win. You know me. This is not something that I will respect, to leave this thing to win. And why it is still heating up here. Okay, now it's worse without shorting it yet. Okay, I probably electrocuting myself by doing this. In a normal UC scenario, these things shouldn't be happening. Just to know. Oh my gosh, the transformer starts smoking. Yeah, I forgot that this thing is also heating up the transformer. Too bad, I guess. So the result of this video is the fan, it's spinning right, but not with all the coils, and the Wago clean sadly is destroyed, and my transformer it also starts smoking, I guess, for the first time in its life. And the Wago team is the Wago claim is completely broken now, and I need to clean the air in my house now and export and edit this video, this 50-minute or 1 hour video. Probably it's a 1 hour video, and it will take too much time to export it, so I hope you will like the shit that I've done. And now let me try to do this to cool the thing down. But the smell is still here. And one thing that I now realized and probably regret it is that maybe I soldered it out wanting that this Wago clamp on the transformer connector. So don't use these things with high voltage and risk of arching, for this is going to happen here. And since this video is so long, I will continue doing this with cleaning now, just to entertain you more, probably in a speedrun or something, I'm not sure. Let's now check the fan temp. Yeah, the fan motor is hitting too bad to use it like this, but it works. I'm pretty sure this thing shouldn't be happening if you are using this thing with a normal voltage, but probably it's not enough voltage to fully destroy it. Now let's just disconnect these things from here and start to make these things clean again if I can. The cable, I will put it away now. Let's redo all the fan connections again to normal. And by the way, yeah, this fan is from a broken AC, so a broken air conditioner, right? I forgot that I need to mention in my videos these things. These Wago claims should be good. These ones again should be good. Let's disconnect these things now. Firstly, I want to disconnect these transformers from here for yeah, right. You can't really see some much things. Again, it's not what I'm expecting. Okay, right. Now I'll continue with wearing this thing. Not wearing. I want to clean the mess that I made, and I will put this thing on a video. For it's long enough, so I don't have nothing to lose, I guess. Okay, this transformer is hot, but not that hot to don't touch it. So this maybe is good, and I still have this Wago claims from here. This one seems to be kind of good. Oh, not anymore. I'm also broke to this one. Oh, probably some smoke come from here. For I can say when I shorted this thing, I saw some smoke coming from another Wago clean, but I ignore it. But one thing that I forgot is that these cables and connections are pretty weak, and as you can see here, my Wago clean don't connect it. This oh my gosh, how bad this transformer is burning. It have a temperature that's too much for me to can handle the transformer in my hand. And here is the worst part. Somehow even these cables are hot, right? Yeah, this cable have now some dust on it, and this one is just a mystery how I will disconnect it without breaking the cables, if I can do this. No, this is impossible. Okay, so maybe dig in or not. Oh my gosh, as I said, I just broke this cable, and oh my gosh, this thing is completely broken. Actually, this can be 2 videos, not just one. But yeah, probably I will do a video with double title. This thing is not smelling that horrible now, but it's completely broken, as you can see. I have here another clips, and here is the molten plastic on the cable surface, and I saved the cable somehow. It's not the best connection now, for it have pretty much carbon on it, but it is still usable without cutting this cable and either the transformer cable. So maybe I will just need to clean this mess that I done here and throw this Wago claim away, and probably all things will be good. So yeah, right. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you next time. Bye.